So the Paris Motor Show has been going on, and there's been a few announcements and reveals that are worth talking about. It's interesting really because motor shows have become less and less relevant these days, I think. It seems like, the days of all the manufacturers waiting for a major motor show to reveal their newest product, I think those days are long gone. And it makes sense really, because if you wait to reveal your newest sort of middling hatchback at a show where an all-new Ferrari or a cutting-edge EV takes the headlines, hardly any of the media is going to be talking about your car, which arguably is actually the more important car for real actual buyers. So nowadays manufacturers use digital media and social media to choose when to introduce their models regardless of the major shows, and it helps them to control the messaging and the impact of those reveals. But it does mean that motor shows and their importance has diminished. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still a great place to check out all the current ranges of cars, but the wow factor of the shocking reveals of the past, that doesn't usually happen anymore. Having said that, the current Paris Motor Show does seem to have been a hit with car companies, and particularly, obviously, French car companies. So here is a quick roundup of the major cars and concepts that debuted at the 2024 Paris Motor Show.
A brown car guy. Brown car guy.
So let's start with a blast from the past, the French giant that's bringing retro back. Yes, Renault. We've already seen them bring back the iconic Renault 5. They brought the shape back. It's sharper, it's bigger, it's smarter, and it's electric now. It's dubbed the Renault 5 E-Tech. Now, building on the same formula, they've now brought back another famous number from Renault's illustrious past, the number 4. Now, for those of you too young to remember the Renault 4, this little French workhorse was like a French Mini. It was small, boxy, it was a people mover, and that was as practical as it was popular. In fact, they sold over 8 million of them across the world for 3 decades. For 2024, you can see some of the hints of that original shape in the new car, but gone are the rattling engines and the clunky clutches. Instead, it's now the Renault 4 E-Tech. And yes, it's also going to be electric. It's based on the 5 E-Tech, but it's bigger and taller. And while the original car was cheap, basic utilitarian transport, the new 4 will be packed with kit, and actually it's going to be more expensive than the 5. It'll get either a 52 kilowatt hour battery and with 150 brake horsepower motor for a 250 mile range, or a 40 kilowatt battery with 120 brake horsepower motor for a 186 mile range, and it'll probably get a baguette holder too. But let's talk about performance. If you want speed, let's go to Alpine. And it's time to say, sadly, a goodbye to the iconic A110. It's bowing out. A couple of years ago, I got my hands on one. Honestly, it did not disappoint. It was brilliant fun to drive. So this is sad news, but it's going out in style with the A110 Ultime. Now this thing is pure performance, distilled into one final glorious model before Alpine is going to go fully electric, it seems. The power is up to 345 brake horsepower with 420 Newton meters of torque, giving it a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of just 3.8 seconds. It features a modified turbo, a new DW6 gearbox, and a Krapovich titanium exhaust, 4 Öhlins adjustable dampers, a bespoke braking system, and 330mm AP Racing biomaterial disc, high performance brake pads, and new cooling ducts. Even the aerodynamics have been improved with 160 kilograms of additional downforce at V max. It ain't cheap though. Price in Europe is going to be about 265,000 euros. A new Alpine next year might be a little cheaper and a lot more practical, and it was previewed as the Alpine A390, a pure electric sports fastback. While the A390 Beta, as they're calling it at the show, is officially a concept, but the show's exterior is said to be 85% accurate. I mean, okay, it looks cool and it will probably be quick, but do we really need an Alpine SUV? I mean, that's like saying we need a Ferrari. Oh, actually, we do have a Ferrari SUV. Hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, make sure you hit that like button, comment, share, tell the world. On the other hand, if it's speed you want, then there was another Alpine, this extraordinary Alpenglow HY6 with the company's first 6-cylinder hydrogen-powered engine. The design was revealed in 2022 with a 4-cylinder engine, but this hydrogen fuel car, which is twin turbocharged, it's got 3.5-liter V6, it boosts the vehicle's power from 340 brake horsepower to 740 brake horsepower and is redlined at 9,000 RPM. It looks crazy, like a French Batmobile. I mean, you can hear Bruce Wayne asking, does it come in black? But let's not dwell on it too much because it remains a concept car at this stage. at this stage at least anyway. But hey, Alpine, if you're gonna go all electric, then maybe think about giving us these crazy hydrogen engines in the future as well, please. Another from the Renault group was the Dacia Bigster. This is bigger, bolder, the brother to the ever-popular Duster, and this is Dacia's move into the bigger SUV market. It's got the size, the looks, the practicality to take on cars like the Ford Kuga. Now, Dacia is all about value, and the Bigster, of course, is going to be no different. You get two-wheel drive models, you get hybrid, you get mild hybrid, plus you'll get a mild hybrid all-wheel drive. But don't expect to see these on sale until next year, and pricing, I reckon, is going to be keen, so say from £30,000 onwards. Before we move on from Renault, there's one really nice retro thingy, the Renault 17 Electric Resto Mod. I gotta show you this. It's a collaboration between Renault and avant-garde French designer Aura Ito, and it brings the original 70s coupe into the 21st century. It's 17 centimeter wider than the original car, uses a 270 brake horsepower E-motor, electric motor to drive the rear wheels, and it comes in galactic brown paint, which was created specifically for this show car. I think it actually looks cooler than the original thing, but sadly, it's just a show car. Come on guys, build it! Now on to Stellantis. Peugeot introduced the all-electric version of the 408 and named it, surprise, surprise, the E408. 280 miles and about 42,000 pounds. Looks pretty handsome actually. And then there's this, the hybrid version of the Alfa Romeo Junior, dubbed the Junior Ibrida. I think I got that right. And the Tonale SUV, by the way, also got a bit of an update. Now, if you can't beat them, buy them, right? Clearly worried about China's growing dominance in the car industry, and particularly in the EV sector, where Stellantis itself is investing pretty hard, they've decided to buy a 20% stake in Leapmotor. So one of the new models that was causing a big stir at the show was the B10, a new compact electric SUV from the first global model for that Chinese car company. Mini introduced John Cooper Works editions or versions of the new Mini Cooper hatchback and also the Mini Aceman compact SUV. Both of these were EVs and they were powered by a single e-motor producing 227 brake horsepower, delivering 254 brake horsepower in electric boost mode with 340 Newton meters of torque, giving them 0 to 60 acceleration of under 6 seconds. And the last one for me from the Paris Motor Show is the first ever European debut of Skywell. Now, Skywell is a collaboration between a Chinese car company and Skyworth, which is basically a company that makes electrical goods like TVs and stuff. At Paris, Skywell unveiled the Skywell Q, a compact EV that comes with two battery options, the larger of which offers 300 miles of range. Looks alright. I think that they would really not miss a trick by making sure that every new owner gets a free Skyworth widescreen TV. Anyway, that's your lot from France from me. What were your favorite debuts from the Paris Motor Show? Let me know in the comments below. Hi guys, I've been writing. This is my first book, a novel, an all-out action thriller, and this one is a collection of 13 stories I've written over the course of 2 decades. The Euless Files and The Quantum Races by BC Guy are out now on Amazon.com. Shout out time guys, thank you so much. Hey, if you enjoy my content, why not get involved? Buy me a coffee. You can do that at either of these links, or if you're watching on YouTube, buy me a thanks or take out a membership. It all helps, it really does.